Hello, it is Thursday, October 28th, 2021. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to my New York Times Crossword Daily Solve, where today we'll be solving the Thursday crossword. And I'm going to try and do it slightly quickly today. I need to get through it maybe a little bit faster than usual because I have some things to take care of. And so I guess for that reason, I'm just going to briefly mention the new Twitter account, which is at the Daily Solve. And I've moved away from posting to daily about this series on my personal Twitter account, and it's now mainly going up on the Daily Solve Twitter account. So check that out if you use Twitter. And I'll skip the general mention of the Patreon until the end of the video today. Let's just discuss yesterday's puzzle a little bit. Most of the discussion in the comments was, I think this makes sense. Most of it was about people's familiarity or lack of with Saturday Night Live and the relevant skits from yesterday. So I found it interesting to read through those, but I'll just read one mention of it, which was Kathy Swope's worry about what I was getting into. She said, "I thought SNL might be the TV series equivalent of sports knowledge, but you proved me wrong with the last three theme answers." Very fun puzzle today. So glad I didn't disappoint you, Kathy. And then I'm reading this comment because she also points out Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks appeared together in 4 movies, 3 of which are romantic comedies and 2 are Nora Ephron films, the master of the genre, Sleepless in Seattle and You've Got Mail. So there we go, of course, making reference to the great Nora Ephron. And Andrew Plant takes issue with the clue that indicates that Mel Blanc was the voice of Elmer Fudd. Andrew Plant says, "I gotta call shenanigans on 3 Down. Elmer Fudd was voiced by Arthur Q. Bryan during the original shorts. The clue still technically works because Mel Blanc did a couple of pickup lines during Arthur's tenure, mostly nonverbal vocalizations, and Blanc did some small Elmer Fudd bits in the 60s and 70s for the Bugs Bunny show after Arthur's death. But by Mel's own account, he never really felt at home in the voice. And if anything, Elmer Fudd is most notable as a Looney Tunes voice performance as a rare male character not primarily voiced by Mel Blanc." So there we go. There's some good, solid, classic cartoon voice actor knowledge. And a bit of a bone to pick with Will Shortz on that one. Okay, speaking of Will Shortz, as always, he edited this puzzle, which was constructed by Alex Massengill. It's a Thursday puzzle, so there will be some kind of theme. We don't know what it is, but it might be something more ambitious or complex or intricate than a typical theme, because that's how it tends to go on Thursday, but we'll just have to see. Are we ready to get started? I say okay. All right, a possible result of a TMZ story. So TMZ, I think, is sort of what they report on, I think, sort of celebrity gossip and that kind of thing. I don't know, a scandal or a denial or a comment. I don't, possible result. I don't know. Sweets. So this could be candies, or it could be maybe a pet name for somebody. You might call someone Sweets or Dear or something. I'm not sure. Discover alternative for short. So the way this is phrased makes Discover look like a noun. It could be Discover, the credit card processing company. So this could be Visa, maybe, or Amex. Oh, right, for short. So Visa wouldn't be for short because that's the full name of the processor, but Amex is short for American Express. So that could be Discover alternative. That's a pretty tricky clue if that's the answer. Possible result of a TMZ story, not sure. Let's look at this cross. Theme of La Festa di San Valentino. Oh, Valentine's Day, I suppose. So amore, perhaps? And then on the blank, frequently in modern slang. Could be on the reg, on the regular in slang. And tune with a talking map. Does Dora have a talking map? She's an explorer, so she probably has a map of some kind. Maybe it talks. Let's try that. It looks right with the cross. Possible result of a TMZ story. What is this? Oh, bad PR. And I wonder if that TMZ initialism is serving as an indicator of some kind of contraction or abbreviation with PR here. I don't really know. I don't know if TMZ stands for anything or if so what it stands for, but maybe. Okay. Future zombies' last words. This will probably be a bit of our theme here. So it looks like we'll get probably some kind of pun or wordplay that plausibly could be attributed to a zombie, but likely has some other meaning that might be incidental or might be itself part of the theme. We don't know if the theme yet is last words or zombie or future or whatever this phrase ends up being. That's none of those things, but let's keep going for now. Pros opposite could be anti, for something, against something, pro, anti or anti. Behind nautically. Well, many nautical terms start with a, such as a sea or a lee or a beam or astern, but I don't know with enough confidence which one is behind to guess it, so I'm not going to. But I did say a beam, and a classic clown name could be Bozo, so could that possibly be, could it be a beam? I don't know. Sound made with one's tongue. Could it be tisk tisk? Oh, a baft. I think behind is a baft. Yeah, a beam seems totally incorrect. So let's try tisk tisk here. Does that work? Future zombies' last word. Future zombies' last words. This is actually kind of odd looking. Spanish equivalent of basta. What is that? Idiot? In Italian? I don't know. Let's move on. Let's check some crosses here. American Dad Network. I think that's Fox in the United States. 68 with 13 down playground promise. I don't know. Maybe I'll delete this for now. I really appreciate it. Thanks a bunch. No. Ball game. I'm gonna move on for now out of this area. Word with no or show. Know all, show all. No, not, no. Not sure. A virtuoso could be an ace or a pro. Someone who's an expert at something in particular. This is only a test. It could be an exam. I should have checked these crosses earlier. I don't know why I didn't do that. Right. So sweets could be babe, which is, cute way of referring to a loved one, I suppose. Future zombies' last words. This is very strange. This whole fill here. I don't quite know what's going on. Be right there. Maybe Bobo is the clown, not Bozo. Be right back. Be right back. Future zombies' last words. I didn't take into account the concept of a future zombie, someone who's not yet a zombie, someone who's an ordinary living person who will be a zombie after they return from the dead. They'll be right back. There we go. Okay, that's all making much more sense. So sound made with one's tongue could be tisk, and adroit, you're skilled, I think often with your hands. Maybe you're facile, you have a facility for something. Oh, is basta maybe stop? No mas in Spanish, no more? Picturesque town on the Gulf of Salerno. Amalfi? The Amalfi Coast? Sauce that's 80% vowels. Aioli. I guess, mayonnaise-like condiment that, it's got egg and oil in it, like mayonnaise. Expedite could be hasten, to do something quickly, speed something up. Fundamental, primal maybe. Something's primal, it's sort of the base version of something. Core group could be your abs, your core in your body, your torso. A sandwich that's 100% consonants. BLT, that's a fun echo of sauce that's 80% vowels. A BLT, a bacon, lettuce, and tomato sandwich. And I think it's fair enough not to have an explicit contraction indicator here, both because a BLT is quite a common name for the sandwich, probably more commonly used than the full form bacon, lettuce, and tomato, and also because I think by letting us know it's 100% consonants, we can sort of infer that this isn't going to be a full word. It would be very difficult to construct a full word without vowels, especially in just 3 letters here. Anyway, a poker giveaway is a little tick, physical tick you might have to indicate you're being deceptive. Bravo relative might be ole, ole. You shout at a sports person, I suppose, or a musician to indicate they're doing well. Author of the symposium, that would be Plato. And if one gets warmer, so to speak, one nears the thing. And, when you play hot and cold, getting warmer, getting nearer. Spare item, spare. This could be rod. And the very archaic saying, spare the rod, spoil the child. I wonder if that's what that means, or rather what this is alluding to. Oh, okay. What is this? Read the clues carefully and check your crossing answers. Maybe it's not rod. Oh, spare rib, I bet. Spare ribs, right. Because here we have read the clues carefully and check your crossing answers. You're welcome. These are both tips. So really quickly before we talk about the clue itself, but this and indicates that we're referring to both of these things together. We're referring to them in plural. So they are tips, not just a tip. And anyway, this is helping us solve the crossword. These are, I do often refer to checking my crosses. I probably should make more frequent reference to the notion of reading the clues carefully, which does sometimes trip me up when I glance at a clue and I think I've understood it, and then sometimes spend half the puzzle with an incorrect memory of what a particular clue was. So yes, indeed, do these things. Okay, wild times at the mall, say. It could be sprees, a spending spree, a buying spree. And here we have blank Ysidro, California. This is San Ysidro, California, which I just happen to know from having lived in California for much of my life. And to be over is to end. Something's over. It's ended. Country music standard at zombie karaoke night. So zombies. The theme is zombies. I was wondering which of these elements would be the theme, and that's what it is. Country music standard at zombie karaoke night. I Fall to Pieces. I don't actually know that song. If that's a real song, I don't know it, but it sure sounds like both what a country music song might be called and also what a zombie might say. I fall to pieces. Very good. Okay, my turn. I'm it, perhaps? I don't know if this can is I can as in I am able to, or can as in fire someone or axe, or can as in jail, or can as in a container. Don't know which. Something that may be pulled in college. I don't know, a grade or a academic transcript or something? Might pull someone's transcript, say. I'm not sure. Ending for some government 37 across, and 37 across is info in a modern bibliography. And info is the sort of short, informal version, so that indicates that this will be as well. Ending for some government. What is this? Info in a modern bibliography. Maybe I think I'm it is incorrect. This is probably I'm up. I should be more careful about this sort of thing when it's something informal like this, and it could be a few different fills. I'm up, I'm it, I'm in. Maybe that would be tougher, but you know what I mean. This could have been a few things, and I was a little hasty in filling it. And if I hadn't revisited that, this could have stuck for a while, because I think info in a modern bibliography might be URLs. In this usage of bibliography, I think this is what is referring is being. I think what's happening here is it's referring to citing your sources. So a bibliography at the end of, say, an academic paper that is listing the sources that were cited in the paper. So then this is ending for some government URLs, which you would think would be .gov, at least in the case of the United States. But what is that? Could this also be wrong? My turn. I'm Is URLs correct? Can. So it is fire in this case, which is one of the things I said. MIL for military. That's what that is. Okay. So something that may be pulled in college. You pull an all-nighter when cramming or revising for a test. Kind of reform or code would be penal code or penal reform, I would think, dealing with prison systems. What the DEA might keep tabs on. So the DEA in the US is the Drug Enforcement Agency. So they might keep tabs on LSD, and DEA is abbreviated, so that's a little clue that the answer will be LSD, the drug. And there's also a little bit of a pun here with the question mark indicator, which indicates a pun or wordplay of some kind. And that's just because we're playing on LSD, tabs of LSD. And you wouldn't really need the question mark there. It's technically accurate without it, but it is being a bit cute. So they put that in there as to help us out, to clue us in to what's going on. Okay, reason the zombies are, of course, skipping the empty house. Probably it's a no-brainer. Okay. I see. It's a no-brainer. There are no people in there and therefore no brains. The house is a no-brainer. They're skipping it. And if one suppressed something, one sat on it as in information. Broadcast journalist Paula, look at this, Paula Zahn gave me some trouble in a crossword last week, I believe. And here she is showing up again. Absolutely not. Could be no, God, no, or oh, God, no, but probably ends with no. Bassett of Black Panther, Angela Bassett, certainly a very experienced actress. And ideal picnic forecast, no rain, I would think. But let's check the crosses here. Purple shade could be grape. Puts on paper could be pens, writes. Old Apple Store offerings. What did Apple used to sell? Do they still sell iPods? I think so. I think they sell tiny little iPods still, but that wouldn't fit anyway because of the A. Sync up. Align. Synchronize things, you align them. Oh, that does. So this ideal picnic forecast does look like no rain. And then we've got another theme clue here. Zombies cry in the face of defeat. I'm not seeing it yet. I think I need more crosses. Colorless could be wan, perhaps. If you're looking wan, you're sort of pale. And then that would make old Apple Store offerings nanos. That's a little bit odd in that the actual product would be iPod nanos, not just nanos. And there isn't anything indicating that abbreviation, but who knows. Here we have procedure of a certain knot. Could be Argonaut from Greek myth. Jason and the Argonauts aboard the Argo, the ship. So zombies cry in the face of defeat. And here, speaking of reading the clue carefully, this is referring to the cry of several zombies, not the cry of a single zombie, because we've got the apostrophe after the S here. So unlike this, be right back, which is a zombie might say this, or here, well, this is ambiguous either way, but this one is several zombies saying it, so it starts with we. And I didn't really take the time to parse that, but I should have, right? Because we should read the clues carefully. All right, so we are, zombies cry in the face of defeat. We are so dead. Okay, I think that's probably right. But let's check the crosses to find out. Let's check our crossing answers as it is phrased in 45 across. Photo finish could be ops. And so often in the puzzle, finish or start, you'll see it used in a phrase that might plausibly have that word, like photo finish. That in itself is a phrase. But in this case, what it's saying is it wants a word that finishes off a phrase that starts with photo. In this case, photo ops, I think. And yay me, I did it. I almost solved the crossword. To withhold from could be to deny. I will withhold this information from you. I will deny you this information. Canoeing locale could be a lake. A Turkey Hill competitor. I think this is a grocery store. Not do anything is idle. With 13 down, oh, Playground Promise, right, Pinky Swear, I think this must be. So we can go back up here and fill in this area in this northeastern quadrant that was giving me a bit of trouble. Black and white movie effect. Oh, I never even saw this answer. Flicker, presumably. I guess I must have gotten distracted by some down answer. And then here we have worshiper at the ancient Coricancha Golden Temple. I'm going to guess the Inca. But we should, or it could be Maya actually as well. Let's see, what is this? Cause of some brain freeze, right. Causes of some brain freeze. So plural, Ices, which is a brand of, I don't know what you'd call that, sort of a blended iced fruit drink, I guess. Oh, right. Word with know or show, how. Know how or show how. So know how meaning knowledge and show how, a verb to show someone how. And they don't need to match the part of speech or anything. These don't both have to be nouns or both have to be verbs. They can be different, which in this case they are. Ball game. Oh, bocce ball. I think Italian lawn game. And American Dad Network. CBS maybe? So I guess it wasn't Fox. Is it CBS? It's just another American network. I don't know. It probably is. I really appreciate it. No, maybe it's not. Maybe it's not CBS. I should just wait until I have the answers, shouldn't I? A virtuoso, it looks like an ace, which was one of my guesses earlier, but wasn't sure yet without crosses. And then I really appreciate it is thanks a ton. So the cross here is TBS. I don't even know that I remember what TBS is. I mean, it's a television network. I'm pretty confident that it is because these crosses all seem right. So let's move on. Ugh looks like ick. Beauty is truth. Truth beauty looks like Keats to me. The kind of thing that I would like to think I would have remembered without any crosses, but I'm not confident I would have. Stick with it. So this is a fairly unusual style of clue, but it does happen sometimes. This exclamation point doesn't always mean this, but most of the time it'll be paired with, I guess, sort of a declaration or an exclamation or an exhortation. It'll be telling you to do something, or it'll be saying it sticks or something like that. And it's unlike most crossword clues are synonyms or definitions, but this one is a description, and often you get a description with the exclamation point. And so instead of defining tape or serving as, sorry, I guess I just said what the answer is, but instead of defining tape or serving as a synonym of tape, it's describing what you do with tape, in this case, stick with it, use it to stick. So that comes up occasionally, because you might, without the exclamation point, if it simply said stick with it, the answer might be something like adhere to or something like that, because you'd want to match the part of speech, which in this case is a verb. So just something to look out for there. Tackles say. Is this tackles the fishing term? I'm not sure. Big name and nail polish. Do I have something wrong here? Maybe this isn't tape. Tackles say. There's something else wrong? Thanks. Could this not be thanks a ton? Sorry, maybe this is all correct and I'm just not seeing what the other answers are. Big name and nail polish. Commotion. A commotion is a stir. With those crosses, I assume commotion to be a stir. So does that help these other ones? Tackles say. Oddly, I'm really not sure what's going on here. Let's move on, and maybe it'll jostle something in my brain. So what is this? Ophthalmological ailments are styes. That actually came up in the puzzle within just the last couple days, and that makes Turkey Hill competitor Edie's. I'm not sure actually precisely what those are, but that's okay. Don't really need to necessarily know, as long as the letters are correct. And absolutely not right. So I think it's either no God no or oh God no. O seems more likely to me. Netflix crime drama set in the Midwest. Oh yeah, I've never seen this, but I think it's Ozark. And a white wine aperitif. Kir. That's a champagne cocktail, I believe. Or Kir. Maybe a Kir Royale. It's the champagne cocktail version. I don't know. Okay, landmark 1973 court case familiarly. This would be Roe v. Wade, an important United States abortion rights case, often referred to in brief as Roe. Here we have Blank Man, Ant-Man, one of the superhero movies, and world capital with traditional water puppet shows for tourists. It must be Hanoi. And then that does confirm, oh God, no. So, all right, so we have to go back here. So I'm pretty sure stick with it is tape. That seems plausible to me. And tackles, say. So what could this be? It's not tackles as a verb, because it would need to end with it would probably need to end with an S to match, he tackles, he somethings is with an S at the end. So what else could it be? It's a noun, clearly. It could be a fishing tackle, but I don't think that. It could be, what is this again? Thanks a ton. I should just, stat. I guess it's a statistic in football, I suppose. Number of tackles. And then this big name in nail polish, OPI. I actually just don't recognize that. I'm sorry. That's screamingly obvious to many of you. I'm sure it is. And there we go. That's the puzzle. Okay. So that was that. All right. So we had a Thursday puzzle with actually a fairly ordinary theme. There wasn't any strange grid geometry or rebuses or shaded squares or anything like that. It was actually quite similar to some recent themes we've had that just line up some nice puns and fit a common subject matter. In this case, zombies and the things that they might say. I'll be right back, says the future zombies. I fall to pieces, country music standard at zombie karaoke night. It's a no-brainer, is why the zombies are skipping the house, and we are so dead, is what they say in the face of defeat. So there we go. That is the Thursday puzzle by Alan Massengill. There was some, Zon and Ozark crossing could be tough if you don't know that. Inca and Isis, maybe. Also crossing bocce. I mean, I'm just looking for proper nouns, which, especially when they cross each other, can be difficult. Yeah, do let me know how you fared with this one. There were some things in here I could imagine. I could imagine this being. It's not as though any one thing in this puzzle was brutal, but I could imagine this being a sort of tricky one in aggregate and getting stuck in various areas, which I did a few times, actually several times over here on the sort of eastern seaboard of the puzzle, in various parts. So do let me know how you fared. I do have to get out of here a little bit quickly, so I'm going to wrap this video up. Please do subscribe to the channel if you enjoy these videos. I appreciate it when that happens. It's nice to see that number go up and know that people are enjoying this and they want to stick around. And if you know someone who might also appreciate it, please do pass it along. That's always a nice thing as well. And if you particularly want to contribute to the longevity of this series, why not consider contributing to the Patreon campaign over at patreon.com/dailysolve. And you can find plenty of bonus videos there. You can get special access to the Discord server, which, don't forget, is free to join whether or not you're a Patreon subscriber. Link in the description field underneath the video for both Patreon and Discord chat server. And finally, on the note of the Patreon, I would like to thank a few people who have been generous and are particularly helping this whole thing keep going. Today, I would like to thank Stephanie Fredericks, Dan Stocco, the inestimable Hood Monster, and the incomparable Shantanu Bhatia. So thank you, Stephanie, Dan, Shantanu, and Hood Monster, for your ongoing generous support. I really do appreciate it. If you'd like to join their ranks, you can find that at patreon.com/dailysolve. And with that, I hope you're back tomorrow for the Friday puzzle. Could be a tricky one. Come watch the Daily Solve and see if we can get through it together. I look forward to it. Hope you do as well. But until that point, have an excellent remainder of your Thursday. Take care.